7:30, we have an item here, Robin Jeffrey, discussion on county position on conservation design.
Robin Jeffrey, 6365 County Road P39. This is what brings me here today. I'm sure you guys saw this in your paper. Don't know if you read through the whole thing. I'm sure you saw your lovely mugs on the bottom of this page, which happens to be the page that has my question, brought about my question. So I tried to copy this off, but it was so dark that it just really wasn't worth copying. So I'm going to read it to you. And I'm going to go up a paragraph. It says, Washington County has, however, adopted several stormwater management policies that propose best management practices, such as using rain gardens, infiltration pools, porous concrete, dry dams, buffer strips around streams, and wetland restoration to reduce the peak flow of water, reduce the pollution in stormwater runoff, and support wildlife and natural habitats. All good, you've all heard this before. The county also requires drainage studies to be conducted before development on an area can begin, so that areas can be left alone or used for retention ponds, Cook said, referring to Doug, of course. And that's all good, we understand what that issue is all about. And then, here's the paragraph that I have a problem with. The planning administrator could not comment on how much conservation design would figure into the county's future because of a pending lawsuit between the county and Save Our Hills, a grassroots organization dedicated to preserving the environment in development. Is that the county's policy, that the county cannot comment on how much conservation design will play into the county's future? I need to know.
Well, Robin, I'll give you a real quick answer.
Okay.
And this comes from legal counsel.
I know.
Save Our Hills has one entire booklet, and I'm reading this. Save Our Hills has one entire booklet and several other references of conservation design admitted into evidence in the lawsuit. So there is no discussion on conservation design.
Okay.
Until after the lawsuit. Now, did you understand me?
There's
no discussion about conservation design until after the lawsuit.
Okay, so this looks familiar
Did
to
you
all of you.
understand what I said?
Yes, Dwayne, I totally understood you.
Then this is the end of it today.
Okay,
There is no
okay,
discussion.
can we discuss the Douglas County, Washington County stormwater management
It isn't
policy?
on the agenda.
Okay, I have to make sure that I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is that you voted on something that contains conservation subdivision design, but I'm coming here as a citizen and I cannot mention.
Not until the lawsuit is over.
Okay. I'm going to hand these out. All they are is 3 pages from your own policy
We all have them.
and an article from the newspaper that clearly states what the lawsuit is about.
Robin, did you understand what I told you?
I did. I haven't
Okay,
mentioned that word at
I'm
all.
gonna ask you to either just end it right now or I'll have to take the gavel. We're not gonna discuss any more about it at all today. When the lawsuit's over, we'll be glad to discuss it.
The NRD is watching, boys. The
Thank
NRD
you
is
for your
watching.
comments. Pam? How?
All right,
Yep, I stuck a paper, not a paper, left a staple on my finger.
Pam Daly, 4775 County Road E39. The concern, before we got into this little discussion, is board member on the NRD is very concerned. This board member wishes to remain anonymous, but that things are coming out in the paper up here undermining the stormwater policy, such as that. There is
Get to the point, would you please, Pam?
I am, point of order, may I speak without being interrupted?
You may speak without being interrupted if you're not talking about conservation design. Because I have told Robin, we're not talking about conservation design. And that goes for Pam Daly as well as Robin.
I am not talking about conservation design,
All right.
although you did vote on it. But, however, the point is, you have tried to convince NRD and others, the legislature, that we are trying to keep Washington County from having so much runoff that there'll be flooding. And we've done that with the stormwater policy.
Yes, we have.
Now, that stormwater policy is not implemented. And my question is, why do we keep letting things out in the paper without the board coming back and saying, no, that isn't true?
What's your basis that it's not implemented?
It's not in zoning law. There is no mandate for it, as there is in Douglas County, as there is in Sarpy County. There's no mandate. So what I'm encouraging you to do as a board is to make a motion and to vote on getting that stormwater policy enacted into zoning law. That's all.
Was that on the agenda today?
It's related to this topic. Now, do you care about this county and in terms of the NRD?
Of course we care about this
All right, well, let's discuss this, because this is what I'm trying to say. We have a liability here with not putting that stormwater policy into action. Now, if there are issues about the plains, floodplains, building in the floodplain, separate that out for another time. But let's go ahead and get it into policy. That's what I'm recommending, that's what most people in PVPA would like to see happen. And when we put articles, the county puts out a statement like that in the paper, I'll tell you, the NRD is just waiting for that to say, hey, see, they're not serious. That CD thing has nothing to do with that lawsuit, as everyone knows.
We're not talking about it.
I'm not talking about it, I'm talking about that article. You put it in the article.
I
This
didn't put
county-
anything in the article.
This county put it, it's county policy. You just said it was county policy, to not talk about it.
Who put it in the article? What article are you talking about?
You're saying that you support what was in the article.
I didn't put that in there. No one on this county board put that in
Doug Cook put it in
there.
there.
Is Doug Cook County Board?
Doug Cook has represented the county board
Is he?
opinion because you just said that's your opinion. You just said that's your opinion.
Pam, we're done. Thank you.
So I am being told I can no longer talk.
You're done for right now. You're done.
Thank you.
Thank you.